let's do that. Hello, everyone. I'm Jennifer Pertner. I'm just going to do a quick little training here on some of the things that I do to help me stay organized. First, I just want to introduce myself. I've been in the business for about 3 years, really more active the last 2 years. I'm currently an IATM card holder. We got someone else coming in. So I have a bunch of trips booked, and I'm more of a booker than I am a team builder. I have a very small team, but it's just kind of what I do. Hello, I don't know how to say your name. Shayla.
Yeah, hi. This is Shailaja.
Hi, I'm glad you're here. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks.
Excuse me. So anyway, I just want to share some organizational tips that I do. I do work another job. I teach dance in the evenings, so I usually leave my house around 3 o'clock every day to go and work at my other job. And except for Thursdays, that's my one day off. So I basically have the morning time to work my business, and I'm also a homeschool mom. So I homeschool my son, who's a freshman in high school. And so my time is very limited. So I try to do as many organizational things as I can. I will tell you, I'm very old school. I'm not very techy. I'll say not very techy. And I also don't like to pay for a lot of things to help me with like organization if I feel like it's something that I can, do or find on my own. So anyway, so I wanted to say that when I started small and I didn't have a whole lot of trips, I started my organizational process with just a spiral notebook. And I bought these little like tabs that you can get, that you just stick onto like the papers. And I named them, titled them with the person's name and the trip that they were taking. And I just kept everything in that notebook. I also did a booking checklist, which I found from my team that looks like this. And I printed them onto full-size sheets of paper, and I cut them into fourths. And then I just stapled one of these checklists to each one of my trips that I booked. And basically, it was just for me to, make sure that I did what I needed to do for each trip. So, you can read what it says. I also, the commission tracking form. And then I also added to this, like if I sent in my recognition for either TAA or recognition to your team, however your team does it. So I just would, put one of these on. I would date them and try to, keep track that way. And that worked for a while. And then when I started booking even more trips, I decided that my notebook wasn't working very well. So I switched to a 3-ring binder, and I started, I had dividers, A through Z, and then I started putting my people in, my trips in, alphabetical order, and that helped a lot. I also did, let's see, I'm going to go to Canva. I needed a way to see all my trips, to be able to find them all. Let's see, where's my tools? Here we go. So I made this trips page that just kind of showed what my trips were that were coming up. Did I need to follow up? Did I need a full payment? Had they just made a deposit only? I just sort of took notes and confirmed, if the trip was confirmed and paid in full, then I would, put a check mark or whatever columns. And I mean, you can, modify these any way you want, but I just sort of made my own little paper to sort of keep track of it. for me. I needed to see it like right, I needed to just be able to open, flip, see what I had to do and have those tricks right in front of my face. Then after this, then after a little bit more of modification and just being on the go and on the run all the time, I decided I needed to switch more to like a spreadsheet because I needed to have the trips with me on my computer whenever I could go. And like I said, I'm very old school, so I don't have a lot of experience with spreadsheets, but I'm getting better because I'm having to use them and I'm having to learn them. So let's see here. So, okay. So this is where I started. This was my 2023 commissions report. I just, like I said, very old school. I just made columns. I put in information that I needed that worked for me. I'm very big on color coding because I can see it quick. Once I got paid, I put it in green. If it was like a minus, I put it in red for like the protection fees, and stuff like that. I don't know if you guys are aware of the digital binder, but down at the bottom of the digital binder, here, let me move this because it's kind of blocking it. Okay, here we go. I don't know where to move it. Okay, we'll put it over here. Down here at the bottom, there's a lot of really good things if you guys have the digital binder. There's a commission tracking form, and this is sort of similar to like what I did. And I kind of took ideas from this and made my own, but you can use these. And the other thing that's really nice about this is right up here at the top, these are links that will actually take you right to the page in Evo that'll, you can submit your commission tracking forms. So that's really nice about the digital binder. There's also a client log, and I started playing around with this just because it was kind of nice to have a calendar, like to see, okay, December, 2024, what's coming up, whose trips are coming up. I have not updated this, I will be honest. These are some of my trips I've had booked for a while, and I have them here, but it is kind of nice to say, okay, December, January, February, this is coming up. The other thing I do with my trips is I have 2 calendars on my wall. I have my January calendar, and then on the right of it, I have a February calendar because I like to have like next month's stuff sort of right in front of me. And on those calendars, I have marked when my trips are. I have marked when final payments are due. I have marked, other things that I need to do, like send thank you notes or things like that. And my gifts to my customers that have booked. You can do all that on a calendar. I also use Travefy. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but I'll show you that in just a minute. So anyway, this is part of the digital binder and just some things that you can add to it to sort of keep you, organized and on track to have your full, like the date and the calendars on that. This is my newest spreadsheet that I decided to start this year. I have a section, and I was able to figure out how to make a table, which again, I was very impressed with myself because I'd never done that. Like I said, I'm not very techy, so these little things, excited. But anyway, so again, I color coordinate. Basically my pink here is what I've submitted in for commissions, and green is what I've been paid already for this year. And then, so these are my trips that I booked. And then down here, I have inquiries. So every single time somebody just messages me and says, oh, hey, I'm going to Europe. Can you help me with a hotel? Whatever. I just quick jot down their name right in here. I also have these spreadsheets on my home page on my phone, so that I can just, again, if I'm on the go, I just open it up real quick and jot their name down real fast. Like this Danny, I just got a text this morning. It's the brother-in-law of somebody that I've already booked a Carnival Freedom for. And so the guy was like, oh, hey, my brother-in-law wants to go with us. Can you send him info? So boom, I just write down his name real quick. I texted him this morning and I'm just waiting to see what he says when, follow up. And then I have a section down here that are completed trips that I haven't been paid for yet. So I've got them in red and I've got them, I've submitted them, but I haven't been paid for them. So I keep those on, down here. And then I do have some missing commissions. So I'm just kind of keeping track of it all. But the nice thing about this and having the separate sheets is when I'm ready, like let's say Angela books her trip, then I can just take her trip and I can just move it like up here to the top. And I already have like all the information in there. So like I don't have any information because she hasn't booked, but you know what I mean? So I can just put in like the confirmation and all the information over here. So I'm going to move her back down here because I'm still waiting to hear back from her. But anyway, do you guys have any questions on any of this that I've done so far? You can, make these whatever you want. Like for me, I like to have their, especially if it's a cruise, I like to have the boat, the ship, like right there in front, because if you ever have to call, that's like one of the first things they ask is what ship is it? And the confirmation number, obviously those are really important. And a lot of times those are linked to whatever the ticket number is, but I still put a ticket number over here. I mean, a lot of times it is the same, but just in case it's not, I put a ticket number. That way I know I've submitted it too for commission. And then this is just like, when is the final payment due? If it's already been paid, I just put paid and, whatever. Yeah, so that's just information about keeping some of my trips like organized. Okay, moving on. Look at Travefy. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this. I do pay for this one. I feel like it was worth the money because it gives me a website and it gives me nice itineraries to send to my customers. And I can also add a tasks to each trip, and it sends me information like that I need to do. And it also sends messages to my customers. And for me, that automation is really nice because it sort of does it for me and I don't have to do that. So for me, that's like huge time saving. Like, let me look at this one. So this is, whoop, do I not have tasks? Oh, here, I got to go to here. Now let's see if I have them. Nope, not that one. All right, let's see. Who do I have a task for? Oh, refresh. Doesn't like I've been out of it too long. Let's see if I can find one that I have. Oh, here we go. Okay. So this is, I'm going to remove this. Oh, well. This is one of my trips coming up. It's a pretty big trip to Europe. And so if you go here and say add, let's see if I can move this over. Nope, not that one. Sorry. Right here, add. I have a task list. And this is my trip checklist. So I just go to here and it shows me. And then I can pick which trip I want to go to. This is probably a whole different training. But anyway, this is going to tell me I need to add my trip to my calendar. I need to submit my tracking form. These are things I need to do. Send a confirmation email to her. I have it set for certain dates to do that, right? And send itinerary and gifts. Those are things that you can do, on your own. And then these are some of the things that it sends on its own. So this is a little message that it sends. It says, as you prepare, we want to ensure that you have all your essential information, make it smooth. It talks about the weather, forecast, packing clothes, local currency, just some different things like that. That it sends automatically, and I have it set to send May 11th. So it's like a certain amount of days before here, 14 days before the itinerary. And you choose these, you set these. This itinerary chat is set for 7 days before, because I just want them to know that I'm thinking of them and I want them to know I'm here for them. And if they have any questions, they can reach out. This talks about the Travefy app and whatever. So, how to get that if it's something you're interested in. Let's see. This one is set for 3 days before, and then this one is 1 day after I send them a welcome home survey to see what they're. But these things are all done automatic, and that's a huge time saver for me because I don't have to, then do those. So, and I think I found this on like the marketplace. Somebody had it, and then I just modified it to how whatever, worked for my schedule. And so then I just add those into each trip that I do. Yep. So do you guys have any questions on that or any comments? Anything different that any of you guys do? Does anyone else use Travefy? I know Joelle does.
Yes, I like Travefy. I just haven't gotten to be able to use like this, but it's cool to see just so I know what I can do going forward.
Right, that it's available, and yeah. It does take time to just have to go in and just sort of,
play with it.
Yeah, absolutely. And customize it to what's going to fit your needs, and what you think is best. And I mean, I've gone in and I've changed these around a whole bunch of times. Like I used to have my dates different, and then I, changed them up. So what was working best for me.
Yeah.
What was your approximate cost for Travefy, and why did you choose it over any of the others?
So I had originally started with Travel Joy, and I did that for about a year, and I liked it, but you had to import all the hotel information for it. And to me, that was just a lot of time, a lot of copying and pasting and a lot of having to search for images and pictures and all that. I do believe Travel Joy has updated now, because when I was actually leaving, they were just starting to incorporate that. So I don't want to say that you can't do that anymore. But the main reason I switched over to Travefy was because it has the website. And I, again, not being techie at all, making a website, even on like Wix or I don't even know, GoDaddy, like I'm not even sure, was just way overwhelming for me. And I just thought, I'm never going to be able to, I just felt like I could not figure it out. I mean, I guess I probably could have, but it just seemed very overwhelming to me. And I looked into Travefy, and they have the website where you can make it. And I watched some of the videos, and I just felt like it was very doable. Their customer service is great. You can set up a one-on-one with them, and they'll work with you. Or you can always like click this little button, and you send them a message, and a lot of times within a couple hours, they're messaging me back. And if they don't, they'll email you back. Like, I mean, usually within a day, if it's especially during the week, But my cost, I want to say for the first year, it was not quite $300 for the year. And I used somebody's referral link, and I believe that saved me some money. And then if you do a one-on-one training with them, they will take off $50 also once you start. Yeah. And then if you give your referral link, to other people, and they sign up, you'll get money off for like your next year. You know what I mean? Like the following year, whatever. So, there's some nice perks with that. And again, for the year, I feel like it's worth it for my business to be able to save me time with some of these things. So that's kind of why I chose this. And, and like, I know different people pay for other services, but really this is the only thing I have chosen to pay for at this point with my business. So, yeah, so I hope that answered your question. All right, thanks. So the only other thing I was going to talk about with organization is social media posts. And again, I kind of laugh at myself because I'm very old school. But again, I don't pay for anything. I have considered the Tidy Cow, which I believe you can get for $39 for like the full year. And so I'm like, okay, maybe I can splurge and pay for that. But basically all I did for my, let's see if I can go back for my social media was I just printed out a basic blank calendar for the monthly calendar. Let me see if I can find mine. I don't even know how to, let's see. Business tools. All right, here we go. Just something like this. I mean, I know it's so simple, and then what I did is I would write down on each day. Like I like to do, I have to have like a set schedule and it helps me. So like Monday, I do Motivational Monday. So it just gives me an idea of something to post on Monday, whether it's about travel or not. I don't care. It just has to be something motivational. And I bought this like little motivational calendar that had like one little saying each day. I took pictures of it and I can use that. I can use motivational posts that I found from, other, things on Facebook or wherever. Tuesday, I did, Tuesday travel tips. So let me find that one for you. Tuesday travel tips. Is this mine? Travel tips Tuesday. So I went through and to do one post every Tuesday. So basically 4 posts a month. I just went in and I just made these Canva simple little travel tips. And to be honest with you, I chat GPT'd it. I said, give me travel tips. I know, right? Listen, I'm even surprised I use chat GPT, right? I love it. Yeah, I love it. So anyway, I just went through and I just made these little flyers and then I just post them, and on my calendar, I would say I would put TT, travel tip, Tuesday, whatever. And then I would put page 15. And then that way, when I would know where I left off. You know what I mean? And I just sort of keep repeating them over and over and over. I probably need to make some new ones because these are, although I did just add my QR code to all of these. So see, I can post them again and people are not going to know. They're not going to know that I've used them already. And, some people might see them that didn't see them the first time. So again, I just have like, what do I have there? 26 pages. So that would last me about 3 months, right? Or so. Yeah. So that's Tuesday. Wednesday, I do a Where to Wednesday. Things to post. And again, I just made Canva with my Where to. That one must be old. I don't know where it is. I don't know where my Where to Wednesdays are. Oh, here it is. Where to? So again, I have 21 of those, and I just made these little videos. And sometimes I'll even post like, oh, can you guess where these pictures are? You know, whatever, like, I don't know, whatever. But again, I would just write on my calendar, WW, and I would put whatever page it was. Thursday was Throwback Thursday, or you can do whatever you want, you know, anything. And then Friday, I did Fun Fact Friday. And again, I just found ChatGPT. I would just give me some fun facts. Sometimes I would say about travel. Sometimes I would say not about travel, you know, whatever. But I would just put Fun Facts Friday for my Fridays. And then Saturday, I tried to do Saturday sales. So like, let me see if I get, like here, this was a Memorial Day sale. I did a buy one, get one because I used the vouchers that we have available through our team. You have to check. I'm on Marnie's team, and she has the vouchers available. Excuse me. But if they book a trip with me, I send them one of the vouchers so that they can get a second trip, you know, the 3-night stay or the 3-day cruise, 4-night cruise, 7-night cruise, whatever voucher you want to send them. So I did like a buy one, get one. But so Saturdays, I try to do some kind of a sale. And then Sundays, I do certificates. So when I do those trainings with Marnie, you know, we get certificates printed. I have a bunch on my website right now, Sweden, New Zealand. We just did Los Cabos, Corsica, Puerto Vallarta. So I take those certificates and I schedule them for Sunday, whatever, you know, each Sunday. And then I just do a little blurb about them. So that's basically, you know, my organizational strategy for my social media calendar. I'm sure there's much, you know, a lot of different ways that you can do it. But it just seems to work for me. I was considering making something, and again, I don't even know, I'll have to look into it, but some kind of a Google sheet. I'm sure there's a template with a calendar to be able to put it on my computer because I'm on the go so much and I'm just constantly, you know, bringing my computer with me. To not have to grab a paper calendar would be even more time efficient for myself. So to somehow find a way to put that on my some kind of a calendar on my in like Google somehow. I'm sure there's ways. You guys know any ways? Let me know. Those are just some things I was sort of thinking. So do you guys have any questions about the social media posts? I also try to add other posts besides that. Like I try to do a personal post in the morning. Again, just something about me, my life, whatever, nothing that has to do with travel. Then I try to have a travel post, which is what I, you know, mentioned about the ones I said that were scheduled, like, you know, Travel Tip Tuesday, whatever. And then I try to put in the evenings a team building post. Let's see. Again, I've got, what was that? I have a team building. Oh, it's called Did You Know? That's right. Did you know? Did you know? Did you know? I don't see it. Where is it? 31 days. Let's find it. Basically, what I did was I took, I've done a lot of trainings with Nina Bird. She's a big time, you know, doing great in the company with bringing team members on. And she has what she calls her book. And she gives it out to people and tells people about it. And so I basically took her book, and each bullet of her book, I made a Canva page on it. And I don't know why I can't find it right now. Let's see. See if I can type. There it is. So basically, So yeah, I mean, each one of these is just like a little blurb about our company. Our travel sold that. There's no large startup fees. You're not required to ask or recruit other agents. So these are just the bullets that she has in her book. And I just made one page on each one of them. And then, like I said, I try to post one of these maybe a day in the afternoon. I try to gear it at like around 6 o'clock, because I feel like that's when maybe, your 9-to-5ers are getting home and they're like fed up with their 9-to-5 job, and maybe they're looking for something else to do. I don't know. So I try to gear it, towards that time of day, to maybe entice them to want to try something different, or even just to make some extra money in the evenings, when they are home. So, so I just made these, and I just sat down one afternoon, and I just like pumped these out real quick. I need to probably put my QR code on there on these. I could go back and definitely update those, but I just made them. I put my little logo, and this is actually my old logo. So yeah, these are old. I need to refresh these. I need to add that to my things. So that brings me to another point of how I stay organized. I love sticky notes. And so like right now I'm thinking to myself, I need to refresh my did you know? So I'm just going to drop myself a little note, refresh my did you know, and post them. And then I just stick it to my calendar, or I stick it somewhere that I'm going to, remember it. And I have like 10 sticky notes. And then as I do them, I pull them off and throw them away. Another thing our team does is we have a Telegram group. And in that Telegram group, we have an accountability group, and you can choose to be part of that accountability group. And we like jot down daily lists of what we're going to do for that day. And a lot of times I like to do it at night, because my brain like goes sort of crazy at night, right before I'm ready to go to bed. Like I think of, 15 things. Oh my gosh, I didn't do these 15 things before I go to bed. And so I get on my accountability group and I jot down the night before, what do I want to accomplish for the next day? And then that way, when I wake up in the morning and I'm tired and my brain is like, oh, I don't want to do anything, I can look at that, and it really does help me to stay on track, because then I think, okay, I got to get this done. And if I don't get it all done, then I just bump it down to the, maybe the next day, or whenever I have a chance to work on it again and to do it again or whatever. So that sort of helps me stay on track and stay accountable. I also bought some of these. I don't know if you can even see them. Oh, okay, there we go. Like little notepads from Target that are hourly. You can get hourly. You can get weekly. And this one is also a weekly, but it's like a smaller version of a weekly. They had on clearance at the end of the year. And so I just went ahead and bought a bunch of them. And, I just sort of keep lists, keep sticky notes, whatever I can do to help me stay organized, and stay on top of all my things and my trips that are coming up. So anyway, I think that is about all that I have. I went over that. Yep, I made myself a little list. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. If you have any other ideas, I would love them, because I'm always willing to learn and find new ways to do things.
Do you do a lot of team building?
So I have a very small team. I have 6 people on my team right now. And I mean, I put it out there. To be honest with you, I can't understand how anybody would not want to do this and get the discounts, that we do. That's really why I had signed up originally. I mean, I did want to make a little bit of extra money, but it wasn't anything that I was wanting or really needing at the time. But now I see the benefits. I see how much, discounts, how many discounts we can get. And so, yeah, I don't understand how anybody would not want to do it. But, like I said, I throw it out there, I put it out there, but I don't really, for sure. I mean, it's not my goal. I guess I'm so busy right now with booking trips and inquiries coming in that, I just don't have a lot of time, extra time to spend on it. I mean, I would love to cut back on my regular job that I do and spend more time on this. I think that I could do a lot more with this business. There's just so many opportunities, so many different avenues that you can, explore, and just different ways to either get inquiries, get bookings, or do the team building side of it,
Do you have any tracking on inquiries and things like that?
So honestly, I just use Facebook. I get most of my inquiries from Facebook and from referrals. And then when I get an inquiry, I just jot it down. I just add it real quick right here into my inquiries and follow up. And then I try to just, keep track of when I followed up. Like this girl reached out to me last year. She was wanting maybe a honeymoon. I sent her some different things. I followed up with her, and she just said, well, at the time they were very overwhelmed with the cost of a wedding. They're young, and, cost of a wedding and cost of a honeymoon. So she was like, we're on hold right now. So I said, okay, that's fine. Yeah. So I just kind of follow up. Like this one, I followed up on December 28th. She's got to get some more information, and then I'll be getting back in touch with her. But she said, she's definitely interested in putting together a trip for her daughter. So anyway, yeah, I don't really have a set system of when I follow up. Is that what you mean?
I was thinking more along the lines of team building. Do you have any tracking for that kind of inquiry?
Not too much right now. I haven't had a lot of, people that are showing the interest. I know that I had a spreadsheet that I'd made for, potential. I did start this. Oh, see, look what I did. No, but so yeah, these are just people that have maybe reached out or shown interest or whatever. And so I just got their names written down, basically. And again, it's all through Facebook, a lot of it through Facebook Messenger. And then here are my, my team members that I've got in there. So yeah, I mean, like this girl, I just messaged her last night, and she wants to get on a meeting, one of the Zoom meetings. So I've got to find a date and time, for her to do it. But I don't really have a set way. No, I don't really have a system too much in place. I think if I was getting a lot more inquiries, then I would need to find, maybe a better, more efficient system. So that's about it.
Well, thank you. I took a lot of notes.
Okay, well, good. I hope that it's something, helped you in some way. I mean, I just do what works for me. And I think everybody has their own way and their own system. And you have to just find, what works best for you. And I try to just devote like a good 2 hours, like to the business, and get as much done as I can within those 2 hours, because then I just have to, run and do other things. So thanks for coming on and interacting and letting me share my ideas. And I'm happy to help if you want any copies of anything or would like me to share anything else with you. I definitely can. I know that Joanne Tingle was doing a Travefy, and Diane, I think it was Diane Bullock, had done a Travefy training. And I think Joanne wanted to continue the Travefy training. And so, but I don't know if they ever really committed to a time. I mean, I'm willing to help. I don't feel like I'm Travefy, super knowledgeable, but I know what I do with it. So, and it works for me. So, that's willing to help with any of that. If anybody wants me to share anything in that or share any of these, I definitely can. So
your organization is like on point. It makes me
Oh.
feel like, oh my gosh, I really need to step up my game.
I'm slacking.
Yeah, me too. Like that, I really feel like, wow, I am. I'm slacking.
I feel like I'm just scatterbrained and like all over the place, but
You're not.
like type A personality. Like I have to have like things in a certain order. And honestly, I mean, I'm a former teacher, so like school teacher. So,
Oh,
That's why, Susan.
yeah.
well, but having a home-based business is difficult for me because like I like structure and I almost like someone to tell me this is what you need to do. That you know what I mean? And
See,
so,
that's me. And that's what I'm struggling with because I feel like I'm not,
right.
it's hard. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's really, really hard.
No, I agree with you 100%. And and that's why, like, even in our group, I had asked Ashley to do the accountability because I felt like I needed to see and know what other people were doing. Like, you know what I mean? What should I be doing? What should I be doing each day? And, and having that and seeing even just ideas that other people post was great for me, and like, and then I would add to it, like, okay, I need to do training on my own. So like, I know we've set up some local training, which has been great. I've done a couple local trainings here in our area. We've met some other Archer travel agents, and they've had connections with BDMs. And so we did a Norwegian, and I did a Virgin Voyages with with Angela, our BDM. And then we did a Palace Resorts, which was really very informative. And I know that we're trying to get some more of those together. But like I did a ALGV training through, oh gosh, now I don't even know what it's through. I would get an email and they would say they're having a training, and it was really good. And one day I was thinking about maybe even doing a training on finding marketing, because honestly, I have not even gone to any of the sites and found marketing. And it's something I feel like I need to do.
Yeah, and to be honest, sorry to interrupt you on that, but I wanted to edit my chat in our chat about the marketing because I went in there and because she says, oh, dig deep, like you got to go like way down. And I did. And I was like, I'm not finding any marketing.
Yeah,
It was like maybe a post or two, but that's what's hard is the marketing and like trying to, if you add flights in with it, flights are changing so much
yeah.
that it's almost like,
You can't really post pick prices on flights. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And
no, you can't. It's just, I don't know. You got to really get creative. Like sales is very, you got to be super organized and very creative is what I'm
yeah,
gathering.
yeah. So okay, wait, let me see. ALGV. So I did like a training yesterday on this ALGV. Okay, here we go. Oh, scheduled names. So they went into here like this tools, and it had all this travel log, ALGV 360, and they have like the marketing and brochures and things that you can order. And I know all the cruise lines have them as well. And I've never ordered any of them. I've never done any of it. And I feel like maybe one day I should just do a training and just say, whoever wants to come, and I'm just going to buy whatever I can find. I mean, I don't know, and just do it as we go.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, that's great. Just because it's like, yes, because now that you said that they have all this free stuff that they'll send you,
Right.
it's like, duh, we need to utilize it. I just feel like there's so much out there that it's like, whoa, to take in. And then you forget what all you have.
Exactly. Okay. I'm just seeing that you said share her book in the chat. Okay. I'm gonna have to figure out how to find it. I have it on my phone. Give it to you on my phone. If anybody, trying to think. Oh, hold on. I might have it. I don't know. Did anyone else want the book besides Joelle? Because just show
Yeah,
up.
you can just send it to me on Facebook if that's cool. If nobody else wants it, meaning.
Yeah.
I have it because I'm in Nina's group.
Oh, okay. All right. Perfect.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
I just can't find it.
I know. She has it on her Facebook page. You can find it on there.
Oh, wait.
So I know that she sends it out, So, and again, I just took it and tweaked it a little bit to make it like my information rather than her information, which, is what she says to do. So,
Right.
yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
This was super helpful. Like, you're very organized and on it. And like, I need to be more like Jennifer.
How do I stop the recording? See, I don't know how to do this. Pause. Stop. Okay, there we go. All right. Well, thanks everybody for coming. I'm going to stop the recording now.